Good morning, Kirsten. What is the theme today? Theme, I think today is to read this little book, pocket book, very small book by Thich Nhat Hanh. I borrowed from the library. It's called How to Focus. How to focus. Actually, it's more than how to focus. But before we do that, before we feed the desire of the awakening, you see, I want to awaken is a desire. Before we feed the desire of awakening, let's sit quietly. Yes, start with meditation, please. So meditation again has basically two groups. You focus on something. You focus on breathing. Let's inhale, pause, exhale, pause, inhale, pause, exhale, pause. So inhale, you find your stomach is rising. Pause, exhale, you find your stomach falling. Inhale, rising, pause, exhale, falling, pause. So you focus on something like breathing. Let's do a couple of times again. Just naturally follow your breath. Your mind may wander, drifting off. When you notice that, just gently bring your attention back to the breath. So generally speaking, this is called shamatha or samatha. I used to call samatha, maybe shamatha is better. Anyway, shamatha means one-pointed concentration, in this case, your breath. Our monkey mind comes down. That's the result. If I use a metaphor, our mind, drifting mind, like a sailing boat. And once the sailing boat come a port, harbor, so it drops to anchor, right? So the anchor is our breath, and a tie rope on a pole, right? Or our breath is that pole. You attach your attention to something and make the boat or mind steady. Same idea. So this one-pointed concentration or shamatha can be applied not only to your breath, but also to a sound. Like I play a background music a lot, like mantras, or to an image, like a Buddha's image in front of me. Even I have the Osho image in front of me. So this all external images as a reminder of calming the mind or awakening, right? So you can also to a smell, a fragrance, a flower, or a lotion even, and a taste. Sometimes I use a slice of ginger, put in the mouth, and constantly feel that flavor of ginger. But in this case, we use breath, right? Breath. We can use all the inputs or five senses to anchor the mind. So that's a basic theory. Or we can use the sixth sense we call mind, like visualization. You can visualize the sun setting instantly in your mind there's a red sun, maybe at the horizon of ocean in the sky, right? Or sun rising, depending. Sometimes a red, warm, radiating sun, and then you're watching it in your mind. So in this case, our mind actually don't need the inputs from five senses to have a visualization, to hear a voice, to have a taste of something. Our mind is independent from previous five senses. Like you're not really watching a sun setting, but you're visualizing, imagining a sun setting, right? So in this case, our mind has more power over the previous five senses. Make sense? So basically speaking, our mind is an abstraction of the understanding of again, our mind is kind of knowledge, understanding, or abstraction on the inputs from the five senses. Like once we see a red, round fruit, we may think it's an apple, right? So apple is a conclusion. Oh, that's an apple. And you can visualize an apple right now, red apple in your mind without really seeing an apple in front of you. And visualization, like this type of visualization, is very helpful and powerful in the Vajrayana Buddhism, or more like Tibetan Buddhism. Tibetan Buddhism use a lot of visualizations. I found, because I was initiated, right, by the Pemalimpa or Jochen school. Like in front of me, I have this tanka. So I just look at every day, visualize. My master, there's a previous Buddhas and Shakyamuni Buddha and Bodhisattvas and all the different lineages and protectors of the lineage. Anyway, it's a lots of information here. Just to give you a general idea, in Vajrayana, in Jochen, in Mahamudra, they use lots of visualization to have a connection with the wisdoms and calmness and unconditional love and so on. So why I'm talking about this? Yes, visualization. Sorry, because I noticed the difference between Mahayana and the Vajrayana. And in Mahayana, like Pure Land or Zen or Chan, we don't have this much visualizations. That's a missing part of the Vajrayana. So again, in Buddhism, we can simply or generally have three categories. First one is Theravada, or we call it Hinayana, small vehicles. Small vehicle means a small capacity, about a small vehicle with small capacity to carry you or us to the other shore, or liberation or enlightenment. So Theravada is kind of small vehicle with small capacity to awaken us. And in the middle, we have Mahayana, a great vehicle that has great capacity to carry us to the other shore. Actually, it's not on the show. It's always here and now. Okay? And Theraveda or Hinayana, Mahayana, and the Vajrayana. So Vajrayana is more Tibetan Buddhism, or we call it in Jorchen or in Mahamudra. Basically, these two big groups, like a Dalai Lama is more in the Tibetan Buddhism, right? So Vajrayana use a lot of mantras, mudras, like your hand position and the visualization and your connection with the masters. They pay a lot of attention to like mudras, mantras, visualizations, and your direct connection with the masters. While the Mahayana don't have this visualization or don't focus too much on the visualization or mantra, tanka, and so on. So Mahayana is like more like wisdom's emptiness. And Mahayana has two basic groups like Madhyamaka and emptiness. Yogacara, sorry, I almost forgot it. In Mahayana, we have basically two groups of big trunks, Madhyamaka and the Yogacara. Madhyamaka is the middle way, is the emptiness or dependent arising, and Yogacara is consciousness only school, talking about your Tathagata or Buddha nature, more in that terms, and they both talk about wisdoms too. Yes, now I have more. This is total picture. This total picture of Buddha's teaching, and for Hinayana or Theraveda, they more talk about morality, sitting meditation, more for the individual awakening instead of Mahayana is not only for yourself but also for others. Of course, if you have a Mahayana and Vajrayana is not totally different from Mahayana. Vajrayana has something similar or same or little overlapping with this Mahayana. So in the Vajrayana itself, there's some, it includes Mahayana. So in that way, so just to give a picture here. So we are talking about the visualization, right? Visualization is helpful, but it's not complete. It's not ultimate. So in that sense, I want you just be present without any support. I mean, you don't have a support of anchoring point like your watching your breath or follow your breath or concentrate on your breath. You don't have that one-pointed concentration anymore. You just be. You just relax. Sometimes I call this open monitoring. You just perceive everything outside and inside. It's like a 360 degree of perceiving. So this is called open monitoring. You are perceiving everything, every phenomenon outside, an image, sound, a form, a tree, a room, a table, a computer, a conversation, or chat, and your body sensation, your breath, your heartbeat, your inner image, your visualization too, your understanding, any mental activities. So you're perceiving all these phenomena without attaching, labeling, and resisting. You just be. You can letting go. You can let go everything now. There is a space between observed and observer. So this also can be called advanced shamatha. While basic shamatha, you're using one object to calm down the monkey mind. While this one, you don't use any object. You just be the pure observer. So in Zen Buddhism or Chan, we say no abiding, sunlessness, seeing through, cutting through. They use different languages. New haircut. Yes, it's summertime. So Jimmy, we are doing the open monitoring or advanced shamatha. And in this open monitoring, you directly experienced emptiness. Everything is changing, moving, spinning, coming and going, impermanence, dependent co-arising. So you understand it directly by your experience or the teaching of Buddha actually. Impermanence, non-self, emptiness, dependent arising. And you learn you can let go. Let go all the problems. Because now the so-called problems is perceived as an object, a feeling, a sensation, an idea, a thought, a memory. Once you can perceive every phenomenon outside and inside of you, then there's a space between perceived and the perceiver. That space is very critical in the path of awakening because this space, the inner space, the space between observed and the observer, is critical. Once there's a space, there's a time. Space-time is two sides of one coin. Also, in Buddhism, we call now, if you can perceive everything around you and inside you without any attachment, resisting, and labeling, now you can live in the realm of Dharma or Dharma realms. You kind of have a taste of freedom. A freedom established on your direct experience. Also, some understanding too, or reasoning too. There's no conflict between direct experience and your understanding and from that direct experience. Sometimes our reasoning mind, logical mind, comes before your direct experience. Actually, now I'm sharing, so this sharing or teaching helps you to have direct experience, and your understanding will strengthen your experience, and your experience will strengthen or deepen your understanding. So it's like a rolling roll ball or snowball. It become bigger and bigger, more confident, more clear of your realization anyway. So from this shamatha of one-point concentration and open monitoring, so shamatha has a basic one-point concentration, and more advanced one, open monitoring. Now you can establish a direct realization of wisdoms. I talk about the 5 wisdoms, right? So wisdoms is based on this shamatha. Again, shamatha or vipassana, right? Vipassana can be translated as wisdoms. Wisdom of what? 5 wisdoms of what? First one, I repeat this again and again because this is worthy of repetition. First one, first wisdom, the wisdom of mirror-like or mirror-like wisdom. Your mind is like 4-dimensional mirror, can reflect everything outside and inside. And ultimately, there's nothing outside of you. It's all in you. So there's no outside, inside. It's always in you. Everything is in your awareness. Image, sound, people talking, car passing, the sky, your body sensation, your inner thought, feelings, your understanding are all in you. That's a typical realization of the awakening too. You have this mirror-like consciousness, all-inclusive, no exclusive at all. It's all-inclusive. Then second wisdom, you have the wisdom of equality. Everything is equal. Everything in your realization now is in reflections. No matter it's a form, a sound, a car, a computer, they are just reflection in your mirror-like mind. Then everything has one taste. You could say one taste of reflection, taste of emptiness. Everything comes and goes. Everything does not have essential nature of self that can be called as a self. Because now you see everything is depending on every other things. Dependent arising is clearly experienced and realized by you now. It's not just a word in the book, in the textbook. It's your realization. And you have this one taste, the wisdom of equality, like the light of consciousness at this moment, your light of consciousness can evenly, equally shines on the reflections. Sometimes we call this luminous mind. The luminosity of your mind can be experienced and shines on everything you see, hear, touch, smell, taste, and think. Sometimes I call this diamond mind. Vajrana. Vajra means diamond, unbreakable. Clear, open, luminous, stable, firm, open, transparent, undefiled. Not only undefiled, but also undefiable. Cannot be defiled. That's something you realized. This is your nature. You are originally calm. Only because you're originally calm, you can find your calmness or inner peace, because it's already there. That's the beauty of Buddha's teaching. It's not something you how to say, you earn. It's already there. It's just only needs our discovery. The sixth patriarch Huineng, Master Huineng, said, he has a quote, 何其自信，本自清净. So this inner peace and calm is already there and independently calm, independently serene, independently still. Okay, that's the beauty of, sages or masters that really can be called masters, because they touch the essence of existence. Three people watching now, 33 minutes ago. 333. Three is a lucky number, a fortunate number, right? Anyway, I'm talking about five wisdoms. I repeat these five wisdoms again and again because, wow, it's so beautiful. Now, the second one I'm talking about is the wisdom of equality. Your light of consciousness or awareness can shine equally, evenly on every object you can see, every sound you can hear, every body sensation you can feel, every taste you can, every flavor you can taste in your tongue, every fragrance you can smell or odor you can smell, every mental activity you can think. It's so beautiful, trust me. If you really realize this, oh my God, I'm the star, and everything outside of me, inside of me, and ultimately there's no inside and outside, it's always in you. Everything here and there is because I'm aware. The whole world exists because I am aware. Now you're gonna cherish your awareness now, because your awareness is the creation, is the creating power of this whole world. Trust me, when I say whole world, including everything: your body, your mind, your relation, your family, your background, your job, your hobby, your interest, your likes and your dislikes, your love, your hatred, everything, your memory, your future, everything. You notice you are the creator of your world, and everyone have its, her, or his world, because everyone is aware. Everyone, I'm not only saying human beings, I'm also talking about sentient beings: dog, cat, birds, fish, insects. Everyone is, every sentient beings is aware, but we have different levels of awareness. I mean, the the world, our world and the insect world is totally different, right? If you have 100 eyes in your head, you will experience different world. So the second one is the wisdom of equality. The third one, the wisdom of discernment. Because you can, your light of consciousness can shine evenly and equally, and everything you can perceive, feel, touch, smell, and so on. Now you have more power of discerning. You notice that? You don't lose your power of discernment or differentiations, but the power of discernment, discerning, and differentiation becomes more vivid, more detailed, your logical mind become more sharpened. It's like your knife of the mind. I said our mind is like a double-bladed knife. Now your life becomes very sharp. It's so sharp because of the second wisdom, the wisdom of equality. It's very paradoxical, right? How can wisdom of equality sharpens my mind? Yes, I will say, because you have that inner stillness. Your blade of minds are, you notice not only difference but also the commonality, the sameness. It helps. Like once you understand white, you will understand black more. Once you understand black more, you'll understand white more. Human mind needs comparison to learn. Once you understand equality, you will understand differences more. Make sense to you? That's the beauty of Buddha's teaching. So, what the heck in the world, anyone talking about this? This is wisdom, the wisdom of abstractions from all the worldly knowledge. That's called wisdom. I'm not talking about how to play piano, how to draw a picture, how to make a plan. No, I'm not talking about that. That's knowledge, world knowledge. I'm talking about this abstracted understanding of all the phenomena. Okay, that's called wisdom. And it's not just only understanding, it's actualized wisdom. It's, how to say, actualized. Anyway. So, the wisdom of discernment. You notice the differences more and more in the total picture now. It's like you understand, once you understand the whole ocean, you understand each wave more, and vice versa. Anyway, the fourth, the wisdom of all accomplishment, all accomplishment, or all accomplishing wisdom. Now, this one is very beautiful because how we serve and love, we use our five senses, we use our six senses, we use our body mind to serve and love. That's called all incompletion. Instead of body mind becomes your burden, now you can use it, utilize it. Yet, no matter how wonderful the body mind is, you notice it's empty. It's so beautiful. You can write an email, you can make a phone call, you can have a great plan or project, you can have a great business, you can achieve, but you don't lose that ground of pure observation. You don't lose the inner stillness and calm. You see the total picture in suchness. Anyway, suchness, 真如. You notice, wow, the whole world is a dancing, is a dancing without dancer. The whole world is a creation without creator. The whole world is a picture, dynamic picture without painter. And you can still enjoy the painting, the dancing, the creation, even temporarily enjoy the painter, the dancer, and the creator. There's no conflict. You're totally okay. It's crazy. You can enjoy everything. Now, here, that's called awakening. You awakened from a dreamlike state to the reality. And it's your original state. The nature of mind is calm and still. So in this perception or context, Buddha also say there's no attainment. There's no attainment of enlightenment. Makes sense? Because you're originally enlightened. So enlightenment is like an antidote for the unawakened one, the dreamers. Sometimes I use a metaphor. If you go to a public speech, and on the stage there's a person try to give a speech. The first sentence he said, "I'm a human," and the viewer say, "What the heck? Of course you're human." So the Buddha never said, "I'm enlightened." No, Buddha just find his nature. Once you find your nature or recovered or realize the original face, then you don't declare you are enlightened anymore. Just like the person go to the stage and say, "I'm a human." Of course you're human. You don't need to say that statement. You see how beautiful, profound Buddha's teaching is. You are the Buddha. The mind is Buddha. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's not far. It's not in the remote temples and mountains. How far it is or how close it is, there's nothing closer. Because you are it. It's the most paradoxical science or philosophy. It's so obvious that we miss it every day, every hour, every second, every moment. We miss this. We miss it again, again, again. And we try to find it outside. It's never outside. It's always inside. And there's no outside or inside. You see, this diamond is infinite big and infinite small. The diamond mind, I'm saying. That's why Buddha's another name is Tathagata. Tathagata means never comes, never goes, or never coming, or never going. Because it's already here and now, always in here and now. It's crazy. That's our nature. Once you recognize your nature, you're awakened. That's all. Or once you know who you are or what you are, you're awakened. And you're already there. The mind, I mean the normal mind, now every word has two meanings here. Every word has different levels of meaning once you awakened, okay? I say normal mind is talking about more like a logic, a reasoning, calculating, like investigating mind, like every normal mind. But actually in Zen, in Chan, we say normal mind is an awakened mind. Crazy. Every word to me has two meanings now, relative or ultimate. Everything, actually, everything, every relation, every memory, everything has two meanings, relative and absolute. That's why Buddha's teaching can categorize into two teaching of truth, relative truth or relative teaching of truth or ultimate truth. Crazy. And actually, these two truths, just one truth. Again, a coin, two sides of one coin. And there's no two sides either. There's only suchness. There's only oneness or non-duality. But this oneness has infinite diversities. It's crazy. This oneness, suchness, has infinite manifestations in terms of names, forms, space, time, events, you name it. Science, philosophy, humanity are all included in this suchness. So many manifestations now, infinite expressions. Any questions? I suppose to read this pocket book, maybe I can just read one or two pages. If you don't have questions or something to share, so I will use these slides. So this little book, pocket book, is called How to Focus by Thich Nhat Hanh. It's a chess here. It's like how to use your mind to play, right? To play chess or something, music or anything. It's not only about how to focus. It's such a beautiful, like all-in-one stuff. Like, so on page 11, touching life deeply. You can enjoy every moment of your daily life when you have mindfulness and concentration. I used shamatha, right? Shamatha, mindfulness, concentration, meditation, Dharana, Dhyana, you name it. You have so many different names. Once it becomes your realization, you got it. Once you eat an apple, you know 苹果 Chinese, you know green apple, red apple, you know all the apples already. You don't need like a book or like the word of apple because now you have that experiences, right? That's called direct experience or realization. When I walk mindfully from one place to another, I enjoy my in-breath, inhale, pause, and my out-breath, exhale, pause. That's called mindful breathing. And my steps. When you are concentrated, you sink deeply into what is there. What is here now, you're deeply into it. When you contemplate a flower, you get in touch very profoundly with the flower, which is a wonder of life. We are the wonders of life. I have a lily, a beautiful lily flower, this big size of flowers, just in front of my door. Very fragrant, like ladies, like teenager girls or boys standing in the like garden, I'd say. And the lily flower is kind of high. It's like 1.5 meters high. It's really like a teenager standing there. So elegant. The wonder of life is expressing itself everywhere, actually. This reminded me, how to say, split a piece of wood, I am there. Flip a stone, and you can find me there. That's a Jesus quote. Wonders of life is everywhere. Once you have this shamatha and vipassana, you will realize you're so lucky. You're the most fortunate person, not person, being in the cosmos. It's crazy. When you hold your cup of the tea or coffee and enjoy it, you get in touch deeply with your tea or coffee and enjoy the peace, joy, and the freedom that is offered to you by drinking tea. Tastes so good. Sometimes, I have a video long time ago, make love with cosmos. If I say making love is the highest expression between two lovers, now you're making love with whole cosmos in 6 doors, in 6 windows, or 6 channels: ears, eyes, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. The mind is the greatest door or channel, while the previous five senses are a little bit smaller. Our mind has no limitation, but our five senses have are limited. That's what I'm try to say here. The mind is all inclusive, right? Has no limitation. You can accept that, you can like this, you can dislike that. It's all your choice. But once you can really be open to accept everything as what it is, and without partiality or with equality. Wow, you see, you are the wealthiest person in the world because you welcome everything. You see the emptiness of everything. The wars, the war now in between Russia and the Ukraine is terrible, but all you see, you can see the emptiness of this terror. Okay, or you go to a very beautiful natural scene, a forest, an ocean, a sun setting, a plant, a garden, a field of flowers, whatever it is, or Niagara Falls, or African jungles, or deserts. You see the beauty of that natural scene, but also the emptiness of that scene. You follow? You are so stable because you know whatever comes will go. That's the wisdom. The war between Ukraine and Russia is terrible, but it's subject to time. It cannot be everlasting. There's no essence in this war. There's no true self. It's depending on both sides or multiple sides, multiple factors. Of course, and it's not denying it. You can care, you can love, you can send all your prayers to them, to the sufferings. You can even volunteer, donate. You can continue to do whatever you want to do, but in that action, you see the emptiness. It's like you try to play well in a dream. You try to become a good dreamer. Life is but a dream. It's a it's a lyrics, Jimmy. You don't know how bad it will get a simple moment to forget. Actually, yes, you're fully in contact with the world, yet you can be fully detached from the world. It's so paradoxical. You're making love with the whole world, the whole cosmos, and you are so free from that love making. Oh, yes, it's a lyric. Great. Daniela's lyrics. Cool. You're more professional than me. Yeah. So when you hold your cup of tea and enjoy it, you get in touch deeply with your tea and enjoy the peace. We are peaceful now. Joy, we are joyful now. And the freedom, we are free now. That is offered to you by drinking tea, by doing everything actually. Freedom is our practice. In Heart Sutra, we say, 远离颠倒梦想，究竟涅槃. So you are free from all the misconceptions or misunderstandings. You reach the ultimate nirvana. Suchness is nirvana. Suchness is right here and now. Suchness is not subject to anyone, any mind. It's always perfect and complete. That's how beautiful we are. And it's how originally beautiful we are. So, you are in the heaven right now. We are in the pure land right now. We are in the Buddha Dhatu or Buddha field right now. We are in the Tathagata Garbha, Rulai Zang, right now. There's no distance. There's no distance at all. It's so close. Even zero, even less than zero. It's crazy. I wanted to give up my angel stream, but I was forced to back them. You can still enjoy your, emptiness. There's no confliction. There's no conflict. You see dreams and you can play dreams. You are the Neo in the Matrix, but you can go back to the Matrix again to save your colleagues. I mean, there's a lot of non-Neos, right? In the Matrix. That's a Bodhisattva. That's why he can reach the ultimate freedom. You're very, very in love with Daniela and her sister, Anjandra, dressed up as Trinity. So keep doing on this. You enjoy your life in love with the Trinity, but your love are not depending on Trinity. That's the thing. We should find love in with everyone, with everything. Your love is not solely on with duality, Trinity. Sorry. That means if you only stuck with Trinity, then that means your love, the definition of love is limited. Expand that love by seeing the truth. A nice synchronicity. Great, great. Thank you. A play. Yeah. We are here to play. We're here to dream. Yet once a while we waken up. Okay, let me finish this. Just a little one here. Freedom is our practice. If you have freedom and solidity brought to you by mindfulness and concentration, peace and joy are possible. Not only possible, it's right here now. Oh, man. Maybe I just read one page more. Page 12. Returning to ourselves. In everyday life, we are often lost in forgetfulness. Our mind chases after thousands of things, and we rarely take the time to come back to ourselves, to, to the awareness itself. When we have been lost in forgetfulness for a long time, we lose touch with ourselves, the awareness itself, and feel alienated from ourselves because we chase, external things, fame, money, power, sex, and so on, thousands of things, right? So we lose the contact or in touch with ourselves, the awareness itself. Conscious breathing is a marvelous way to return to ourselves. We did in the beginning, right? When we are always our breath, we come back to ourselves as quick as a flash of lightning. That's a very good one. So we don't need time to come back to ourselves. We are the awareness itself. There's no distance, there's no time needed actually. So we come back to ourselves as quick as a flash of lightning. Breath of life, spirit, yes, like a child who returns home after a long journey. We feel warmth of our breath and we find ourselves again. To come back to ourselves, awareness like that is already a remarkable success on the path of mindfulness and concentration and insight. Very beautiful. Maybe we can stop here. Page 12 of this pocket book, How to Focus by Thich Nhat Hanh. Masters. Thich Nhat Hanh. I always have this another book too, The Art of Living. Masters are masters. Okay. So if no further question, let's back to this inner silence, peace, serenity, and beauty. Thank you. Thank you for coming, Jimmy. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I will be here 8 a.m. Vancouver time again. Bye now.